show. Okay.
And I'm working on it.
Mine looks a little different because when I project it, I don't have the tabs up top. I don't know why. But in your profile, you can edit that if you want. But you should see something along your top, I believe, says Micro Credentials Library. Go ahead and click on that. This is where you'll find all the topics of the micro credentials that you can take. Now, keep in mind, this is for future, each of these micro credentials is worth a credit. Now, when I say that, for example, this is literacy. To get the credit, the one credit, you would need to complete all of the micro credentials that are under that topic. Okay, it looks like a lot, but they don't take a whole lot of time. For today, we are going to go into remote learning down here.
Are you saying that at some point this year we will need to take all of those?
No,
No.
it is a complete option for credit.
Oh, okay.
So instead of going somewhere and for 3 days,
Okay.
you might do this.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just an option for some professional learning on your own.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, looking at remote learning, we are going to be going into this remote learning lesson design and delivery. I'm going to walk you through kind of where the resources are in it that you'll be using today. If you wish to take it for credit, how to, or what needs to be done for this module, but keep in mind also, 2, 3, 4,
5 or 6.
there's 5 of these modules to earn that one renewal credit. So just.
But they're quick and easy.
And you
They are
can do
very
it from home.
I've got a lot of badges.
What she's upset about because her badges didn't appear on her
I
front
emailed
page.
her. I emailed her.
I'm sure you. Let me know what she says though, Bonnie.
She'll take care of it.
Will she? All right, so mine says resume micro credential down here only because I've been in it, messing around. But yours should say start. I believe. Begin. Okay. Thanks.
I intermeant what you said.
You did. You got it.
Huh?
So when you get into your module, I'm going to just quickly show you the pieces of the module, and then we'll go back and break it apart into what we need to do. So first is the overview and reflection. Every module in today's is about remote learning, what it is and why it's important. And then on the bottom of each of the introductions, there's some reflection questions about currently what are we doing in our rooms. Okay? The next tab, task and learning targets, this is where you find what your learning target for the module is, as well as where you would post and upload your documents. This is, in order to get the credit, that's where you would upload, or part of the credit to upload your documents. It gives you what the task is. It also gives you a reflection. You guys can mess around in there a little bit later, but these next two are the ones that we'll be using quite a lot today. The possible learning pathways and additional tools tabs. Here's where all of the resources are that we're going to use today to create and get prepared for the online learning, if we need to.
And some of these are good practices you just use in your classroom face-to-face.
Mm-hmm. If you're wondering about if I was successful with this module, what would I need to do? They also give you a rubric of the pieces that need to be included.
So that's the feedback if you take it for credit too.
So, Bonnie, I'm going to ask you something quick. When you did the old MISIC modules, were they set up this way?
Exactly.
Exactly this way. I was hoping it wasn't too big.
It's literally step by step. It's,
Yeah, I think this is a little bit easier to navigate because it has it broken out.
yeah, the other one, mine
Was
was
all in
not
one
as friendly, but these count for license
Yes.
credits as well, you guys.
So then if you look on the teaching standards tab, and let's say it's your eval year, you take one of these, and you need evidence of one of the teaching standards, it checks exactly what this would be evidence for. So then you can just pull it and say 3, 4, 5, and 7, here's my work for my Viking credential. And
One thing that we probably didn't point out, and I'm pretty sure you already know, but we know that we shouldn't, that we need to have kids on their devices, on the platform that we're gonna use long before we ever go home. So one of the things we talked about yesterday was when I'm designing some lessons this afternoon, maybe these are lessons I wanna use at the beginning of the year in my classroom, so they get used to the platform, how to submit and things like that. So that's an option too, because we don't know when we might go home.
Right.
So how are you gonna know, do I need to plan for unit 1, do I need to plan for unit 4?
so a lot of the teachers yesterday just said, you know, I'm gonna use these 3 lessons the first week of school. And it might be science, it might be social studies, but they're on the device, they're using it, they're submitting, they're whatever
So the
you're
kids can
using.
get used to my Google Classroom, so they can get used to
Canvas.
Canvas,
So if they're at home
Zoom,
and my teacher says,
Google Meet, whatever.
you need to complete this assignment on Canvas or Classroom, they're not confused about what that means to
It's
complete the
literally
assignment.
just assuming it's like teaching online in your classroom.
Yes.
So
But
today,
in middle school and high school,
We gotta
your
have
kids are already pretty
You'll be
comfortable,
okay.
but like for our elementary kids, some of them, this will be the first time they're on Google Classroom, first time they're on a Chromebook, so.
Well, and for middle school and high school, the, kids who are first year in the building, so the
Yeah.
9th graders don't know anything about
About Canvas,
Canvas, so
right.
that's a whole new ballgame.
so really, what we're doing today is creating remote learning equivalents to what you would be doing in your classroom. Isn't it look exactly the same? Of course not, because you're not gonna be right there face to face. But you need to think about the different, adjustments to make with the different kids. Now, that being said, we must remember that students learning remotely are juggling a lot of other things. They're sharing their space with their families, dealing with emotional and mental impacts of being isolated. If we could just keep it as simple and clean and cut for these guys, the best. That would be the best for them. All right, so going back to the module. Let's think about where are you right now in your comfort level, your understanding, and your designing of remote learning. So I want you to take about 3 minutes, and on the bottom of the overview there are these 4 questions. What do I already know about effective lesson design? What elements of technology do I already use? How do I adjust instruction already? And what do I know about my students' at-home technology supports? So just write down a few things, and just so you're aware, you will be sharing.
You will be getting up, moving around, and sharing, so
And if you wanna take this for credit, the easiest way is to just copy and paste those questions onto a Google Doc and write them out, and then attach it if you're taking this for credit.
Okay, thank you. Take a few minutes, respond to those, because we will be sharing with others in the room.